DC deck building, the competitive version. Jank and Zach here, bringing it to you live from
That's right.
NrdFeed HQ.
Live from NrdFeed HQ, we're streaming.
And we're getting ready to start the draft as soon as the players are ready. Today playing, we got Anthony, Robbie, and Justin.
Yep, and in the competitive draft, you get 6 value of characters, so you can get multiple heroes. And basically, they're going to start at the 5, and they're going to go downward from 4, 3, 2, and 1. And so let's see if any of them pick any 5s first.
Someone's going with the 2. You can't do that.
You cannot. You cannot do that. That's,
put those back. You cannot do that.
Please ask them to put those 2s back. No, they're just kidding around. They're just taking a look. But someone's taking a look at the 5s right now.
There's not many options. He's just looking through 3 different cards and deciding, so this shouldn't take too much longer.
Oh, no, the 5s are... Correction, the 5s are removed from the draft. No 4s from...
Waving the 4s. Someone might be taking a 4.
Please leave them on camera if you're looking at them. So, the 3s, we're on to the 3s. No one's even picked a character yet. You know, you could pick 2 3s here. You only get one at a time.
Also, go 6 1s. You could.
I mean, I wouldn't do it, but you could.
It'd be the weirdest game of all time. And as the winner of the last round,
how does it feel?
I get the honor. It's great. You know, I take a step down from the table. You know, take a step down from whooping everyone.
I mean, you really kicked their butts.
Yeah, I mean, I did. It's not like I didn't tie anything. I actually just won. First pick is Harley Quinn. It looks like.
I'll bring that up on the left over here.
I think I know what's coming up next.
We have all of the scans uploaded from NrdFeed.com/DCDB. Has a bunch of links, including scans and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, looks like someone takes an Ozymandias now.
Ozymandias. So, what do you think is going to get picked with Harley Quinn?
That's a good question. Possibly, if they're playing this strategy, I think they are probably that Red Lantern Power Girl.
That's a smart pick. So, Ozymandias.
Someone could hate draft, you never know.
That's true. So, Ozymandias over here, he is going to be used mostly with Poison Ivy. You basically get to rig the top card of your deck. Poison Ivy says, each time you play a superpower or ongoing, look at the top card of your deck. You may pass it to another player, leave it, or discard it. Which means you're going to want to pass starter cards to another player. It gives you a really big advantage.
Looks like no 3s.
Wow.
Okay.
Is he even picking a character? Is he just going to go the whole draft without picking a character?
You know, he actually might do what I said originally and go 6 1s.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he'd be the first person ever to do that.
And probably the last. I do not recommend it, but you could do it.
I mean, there would be no synergy at all. Each of those characters only complements other characters in a very minor way.
Taking his time. Oh, nope, no more 3s.
No 3s.
All right, so there it is. He let him have it. He let him have it. There's the infamous Ozymandias Poison Ivy combo, which I just had to play against half of it. And even though it wasn't near as strong, it was still half as annoying.
So now people are going to take characters like crazy. I really don't know what he's going to take.
Yeah, he's mulling it over here, taking his sweet time.
I mean, he could take Beast Boy. What do you think?
I mean, I feel like he would take Red Lantern Power Girl here, considering I've seen this combination work many times before. And there it is.
And you're
there
right.
It is.
Good call.
Now here we go. Anthony's finally making his first choice.
Yeah, correction, that's Red Lantern Supergirl. It's confusing.
Supergirl. There we go.
So when someone destroys a card, you get to draw a discard. That's going to trigger your Harley Quinn. Let you draw again. Solid move.
And with Poison Ivy passing cards... Oh, no, excuse me. Harley Quinn won't trigger.
No, that's only when you pass.
That's when you pass.
So you got to think that Anthony over here is going to take 3 2-costers. It's really hard to say. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he doesn't even know what he's doing.
I can believe that. Anthony rarely knows what he's doing. He's eyeing that Deadshot.
He is.
He's touching it. Does this mean he's gonna use it?
I mean, we're gonna have to start putting a time limit on this draft. This is
I know.
pretty crazy.
Last draft took a little too long. Now, do you think something like a draft time limit could happen in the tournament?
Definitely.
Definitely. Spitball time limit right now.
I mean, usually you get like a normal draft. You get like 60 seconds for the first pick, and then less for every other pick. But there's not really a first pick in this one. It'd probably just be more like a 60-second limit for each pick.
Per card?
Yeah.
That seems fair. That way you just, I mean, if you
Brainiac
choose.
5.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I've never seen this card be played before. Zach, what does it do? Let's pull this up.
All right. And it's one of those cards out of the Legionnaire set. One moment.
Brainiac 5.
Basically, returns a 5-coster to your hand.
Ah.
You don't want to use it to return a time travel card because there's not enough of them.
Yeah.
And you can only return something that costs 5. It's not 5 or less.
Oh, wow. Put a card with cost 5.
That's why they call him Brainiac 5, not Brainiac 4.
Now, you can do a card that costs 5 or less if it's a time travel card, which could happen. Rarely that'll happen very often.
Or, there's some 6-cost time travel cards. No, it says time travel with 5 or less.
Yeah, so that kind of, I would say, pigeonholes your play there a little bit. You can basically do one thing with it.
Yeah, I mean...
One thing consistently, rather.
If you get, like, a Power Girl, it's pretty nuts. But, I don't know. He doesn't see a lot of play. Deadshot does see a lot of play, but doesn't often win. He's one of those cards, like... He hasn't really been fitted into an amazing strategy yet, but he is good enough.
Let's see. I did play a game against a Bane Deadshot combination. Oh, no, sorry. That was Deathstroke.
Mm-hmm. Bane, Deathstroke, Constantine.
I was thinking, that's a brutal combination.
Yeah. That's the fastest combo in the game right now, I'd say.
I've never been beat so fast in my life.
Okay, so he's got Batgirl. That's going to help him trigger his Deadshot. Is Batgirl 100% confirmed? No, whoa, it is not.
Wow.
Fake out.
Could have fooled us.
Chameleon Boy.
All right.
You surprised by that one?
Not at all. That particular player has been using that card a lot lately.
And Chameleon Boy is going to let him time travel a card in the lineup. There we are.
Now, time travel a card equal to a cost that you have to discard to time travel it.
Yeah, that's right. And it's a little different than normal time traveling. You basically just play that card. Now, he just picked Kyle Rayner in Kid Flash. Kyle Rayner is pretty much unplayable.
I can safely attest to that being true. Let's go ahead and pull him up and see how bad this card actually is.
One moment.
And what are we looking at here? So, this is amazing. You can basically show 3 cards, different colors, and then get rid of those cards.
Yeah,
every card in your hand.
It's like a Batmobile, but your hand has to actually be pretty good to Batmobile. So,
true. Yeah, you have to reveal 3 colors: villains, power, hero, and then you want to discard those. That's crazy.
The thing about Batmobile is you use it when you have a bad hand.
Yeah, which is in the beginning of the game pretty often.
Yeah, or if you got like a bunch of cards discarded. But Kyle Rayner, even if you have a bad hand, you can't do it. You have to have a good hand.
That's true. See, and now I did hear this player say he wanted to try something completely new, but he didn't say completely insane. This is gonna be ridiculous.
Well, he obviously can trigger it with Deadshot.
And we're starting off with 3 power, and looks like he buys Jericho.
And Jericho is not gonna be a great card, but we'll show it on the big screen.
Maybe it's a possible card he is just considering to just Kyle Rayner.
Wow. Let's show that Power Drain instead. That's gonna be a big player.
And let's see what we got here. Oh wow, yeah, that's powerful.
Exactly. So
honestly, if the Kyle Rayner player is lucky, he can just Kyle Rayner. Someone else could do it for him.
True that.
Looks like we're off to a pretty fast start here.
Shout out to XXFly watching the stream.
Oh, shout out.
So, did you see that Garfield Logan? That's another strong card.
Yes, I'm familiar with this card. Don't quite know the text of it, but I know I've had to get it a couple times in the past. Here we go.
You get to choose a card type, and the next card you play is that type. Basically, you do it with Poison Ivy.
Really, you can
choose
do a lot of
ongoing
different
every time.
combinations. You can
do all kinds
trigger
of
a lot of different heroes with that particular card. And the beauty of it is it's every turn. It's an ongoing.
The cards they buy first are really important for this game because you want to get your deck set up and you want to try to get good cards in your deck and get rid of your starters. So basically, Royal Flush King is another good card.
Yeah, especially in the beginning, get rid of some vulnerabilities, bring back some punches.
Oh, it's especially good with Harley Quinn because when you discard, you get the draw.
So you really just get 3 cards.
So Black Lantern Core was bought. That is a really strong card. Ivy just bought that.
Oh man, that's going to be very, very huge for this player's play.
Yeah,
amazing.
Give out a bunch of weaknesses.
So either people get weaknesses or he gets to draw a card. Either way, it's a wonderful play. And looks like we got, what's that, 4 power?
Yeah, just 4.
Rolling it over. What's he think? Oh, Lady Vic. Oh, no, wait.
Kick.
He's going to get a kick. Psyched us out with that.
The fake out.
And kicks all day. Now, no one seems to benefit too much from buying superpowers, but they are a good buy in the beginning just for the extra power.
Oh, yeah. You got to think people are going for that boomerang right now.
Yeah. 7 coster. Could take a couple more turns to actually pull it up, but let's see what it actually does here.
Well, early game boomerang is just incredible. It'll basically give you a huge lead. Anytime someone draws a card, you just flash the boomerang, reveal it, and you draw a card too.
Maybe if the Harley Quinn deck has that one, they'll just be drawing cards all day.
I mean, this is all getting set up. Let's see how it goes.
I feel like the next couple turns are going to be some big ones.
So we got New York City on the right. That's a Watchman card. Basically, it lets you buy cards from the destroyed pile. It's not going to be very good right now.
I think there's a couple of cards like that. I've never seen one in the location form. So you can basically do it every turn you get. But as you mentioned, there's nothing in there right now. So did someone destroy Lady Vic?
No, it was...
No? Okay, they're just looking at it.
It was time travel,
travel.
so it's going to return when it's done. Oh, the boomerang.
And there it is. Only a matter of turns away.
Rage Blood. That's a strong card.
That's a good card early game.
Really good in teams.
Someone's going to want that. Very good in teams, yeah.
Yeah, you know, any of those cards that say choose any number of players, they're great for teams.
And if you're curious about the team play, we did our first ever team stream the other night. You basically have 4 players and 2 of which are on our team. And it changes up the dynamics completely. And it's a lot of fun. And there is a video of it, I believe, on the YouTube account.
Yeah, it's on YouTube, it's on Twitch, it's on NrdFeed. If you want to find any of our stuff, go to nerdfeed.com/DCDB for some of the streams, competitive rules, and the ban list and tier list and all that stuff.
And I'd highly recommend it to get a foot on understanding the new competitive rules and the gameplay, which is a NrdFeed exclusive.
That's right. Wow, did you see Ivy just bought the Garfield Logan? That's going to be pretty big.
It's going to be huge.
So it looks like he's trying to time travel again. Or is he just reading that? I'm confused. He's buying it.
He's buying it. Okay, fair enough. And that is Mr. Zaz, it looks like?
Yeah, he can give out a weakness if you get lucky enough.
Shazam.
Shazam,
Let's
that's
pull
going
that
to be a strong card.
That's a real good early card to have out there. Looks like another 7 coster. It's going to be the next big buy for whoever actually gets it.
You know, all these cards were scanned and uploaded by our NrdFeed playtesting team. You can access them in the card database that we made ourselves. It's one of the only sites on the internet to have any card scans, so we're really excited to get that going for competitive play.
It's going to be huge to get the following going, because obviously the testers here know the cards, but for any other outsiders, they need a place to go and read them, read articles about what can do what. This is the place to do it.
Exactly. You don't want to have, you know, you don't want to go look through your deck, even if you do have a deck, which most players don't have a deck, you know, because you only need 1 deck per play group. And the decks are really hard to get for competitive play because it has every set in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
that is a lot of cards.
It's a lot of money, too. It's not necessarily cheap.
Tarot cards.
Tarot cards. Oh, this is an awesome card. I truly enjoyed this card, especially for team play. It's a good card to have. So let's pull it up here. Basically, you're going to choose any number of players. You can choose anyone you're playing against or with and give everyone VP. And that's a plus power per VP.
They're probably just going to choose themselves and then gain a VP.
Now, I have in the past chosen that card and just given it all 3 VP.
If you really want to buy that supervillain.
Yep, and it's been huge on a couple of those turns. Now, notice the +2 counter on the supervillain.
Did you see what just happened? He Jericho'd, stole Poison Ivy's ability, then used it successfully.
Oh, wow.
And then whenever he destroys, Red Lantern Supergirl's triggering. This is crazy.
I gotta say it. That was pretty tech.
I agree. And then he's rage blooding, choosing the Poison Ivy player.
This is one hell of a turn by our good friend the Ginger over here.
He has not used any of his superheroes yet, has he?
Not that I've noticed.
Maybe he's Deadshot once.
Maybe he's Deadshot once.
I mean, I don't think he has any 5 costers for
not
that
at the moment.
Brainiac 5. Definitely hasn't used Kyle Rayner. I mean, Kid Flash might get the most use out of all of his heroes.
Now notice there's a sign cell out there.
Ooh, that's a good thing to notice. Good point.
And let's see, I believe Poison Ivy benefits from villains.
Well, I mean, not traditionally, but anyone's going to want to buy this card.
True. You can basically change up your strategy to essentially win the game with this card. This card can get you
a bunch of stars at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And speaking of, it's gone.
There it is. That one wouldn't have stayed out there for too much longer.
That's a Night Owl mask. That's going to be another card out of the Watchmen set that's kind of based for team games.
Looks like a one-coster?
That's a four-costing equipment.
Well, we got a glare on the screen. Excuse me.
Yeah. That is true. So check it out. This card, you choose 2 players, which is really awkward in 3-person games. And then both those players draw a card. So if you saw that, Ivy just bought the Shazam. That's huge. That's a superpower that's going to trigger, and it's a really good superpower.
It'll essentially let you add the top card of the main deck to play, and then you can play it.
And then you do return it, and it also gives you +2, so it's going to give you like a good amount of power. Trigger Poison Ivy. It's really funny if you have Shazam. You get to know what the top card of the deck is if you want to use Shazam.
Now, as I was mentioning earlier, notice the +2 counter on the super villain. That is to compensate for the additional heroes that you can use in the new exclusive rules.
That is true. And there's only 5 super villains in there. You know, this is going to be a timely game and competitive play. It's based around getting a quick round going for competitive play, long tournaments all day. So it should be under an hour.
Looks like he's playing
on average. Oh. A lot of games go 45 minutes or so. He power drained him, took his Royal Flush King. All those equipments in the lineup are not very good right now. No. They're probably just going to stay out there clogging it up. Tarot cards is really good.
Tarot cards definitely should be bought soon.
He's using his Chameleon Boy on the Dr. Fate helmet, getting +2 off that. +2 off the power drain. +2 off the kick.
Oh, boomerang. Hold
7,
on.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Buying Vandal Savage.
There it is.
First Blood.
First Blood. First villain is bought. Now, who do we have coming up next?
We have...
It looks like Majin Buu from here. I know that's not it, but it looks just like that fat pink bastard.
He's much more ripped. It's a Mazo. It's a Mazo.
Alrighty, you may choose another villain and or hero you played this turn. Play them again. Alright.
Well, that's the actual text. We're doing the first appearance attack right now. So each player passes 1 card to the left and 1 card to the right.
Put cards passed into your hand.
And show us what you got, please. Wow, that is incredibly lame.
So about what I expected early game. But back to Mazo's just ability once somebody actually buys him. That's really amazing. You can play any hero again, and then it's plus 3 power. And as the name it does kind of hint, Mazo is amazing. You're not wrong on that one, Zachary. And I believe, there's the Lady Vic, who can be discarded for a +2, but she can stay out there if the player would like.
So he has 3 power right now, 4, 5. I mean, he bought the location. He bought New York City.
There it is.
It says you may buy cards from the destroyed pile.
And who do we have?
Huntress, that's a great card.
Huntress.
We'll reveal that one.
I've not seen much of this card lately.
Yeah, it's out of the rival set. You know, it doesn't see play a lot. Not a lot of people have it. But it's a great destroy card.
It's a destroy card. And early game, these are huge. You want to get rid of those starters as quickly as possible.
You know, Dr. Fate's helmet, Helmet of Fate, is a really good defense as well. Someone's probably going to buy that and Huntress right away.
Getting a defense and a destroy early.
He power drained.
And there it is.
Poison Ivy. And
there
the Huntress is gone. So he's still waiting on his hand to get power drained. You know, we haven't seen a lot of triggers from Red Lantern Supergirl.
No, you sure haven't. There hasn't been a lot of discarding or destroying, rather.
Oof, that was brutal. Garfield Logan got discarded. Garfield Logan.
That one's going to hurt tomorrow.
Well, it's such a good card for him because it triggers Ivy because it's an ongoing.
Right.
Then he gets to make every card a superpower for the rest of the game. The first card he plays, at least. And that's just triggering Ivy every turn.
It's brutal. Justin's got to be feeling that one.
Well,
see Jericho again.
Jericho.
Now again, this card lets you gain the text of another hero character.
Yeah, of another player's hero.
It looks like he's choosing.
He chose Harley. Yeah, he chose Harley. I mean, is he gonna use it, or is he just doing it for show?
He's just doing it for show. Now, keep in mind, everyone, he still can. He has the ability to call Rainer his hand. Something he can do. Something he probably won't do.
He ended up not doing that.
Huh.
Not surprised.
Shocker.
Okay, so he did use the Chameleon boy on a gizmo. Rage Blood, destroying something, and
showing a weakness. You gotta get those out of your hand.
There goes Red Lantern Supergirl drawing some cards.
Looks like he's mulling it over here. Oh, what's this gonna be?
Animal
Man. Let's see what he's gonna reveal. He's choosing a starter, and it is.
Oh, wow. Wait, so let's get the exact text on Animal Man. I believe it will trigger Boomerang.
Okay, let's see Animal Man. We're gonna pull that up for you here. I know it's a +2 power. There it is.
Yep, and then you draw it. So anytime he draws a card, you reveal that Boomerang. You also draw a card.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it could be a crazy combo card. Now, what is he gonna buy? He's thinking about it. Now, this particular player is notorious for touching a card and then backing off of it, and then touching it again and then backing off of it.
He's also notorious for playing a bunch of characters and not using any of them.
That's true. Just such as Kyle Rayner. Still confused, but he is buying cards now.
Well, he's triggering Kid Flash a bunch, which is pretty cool. But you got to remember, this Harley Quinn player, they just stacked their hand really well. They just drew a bunch of cards, and then they Boomerang drew a bunch more cards.
Yeah, no, that's an epic play. Can we get that gizmo? There we go.
There we go.
Just to signify it's not being time traveled anymore. Now, I don't know if we discussed time traveling in this particular match itself.
Well, it honestly was time travel from Chameleon Boy, so it's not a very stereotypical time travel.
Fair enough.
But basically, you get to play it for that turn.
Ah, Caping the Cow.
So this is a card someone's probably going to buy right away, as well as the Blight.
Now, Caping the Cow is good. You get to do 2 draws if you defend an attack, which is already something you want to do. You don't want to be getting attacked. And then now the Blight. Another destroy card.
I'm honestly surprised no one's bought tarot cards yet.
Yeah, I am too. But I guess no one wants to give out VP.
I mean, you don't have to give it out, but it's much more better in a team game than a free-for-all game.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, if you're doing...
Ooh, and Amazo's bot.
Oh, wow.
We did know he was going to have a good turn. I didn't know he was going to be that good.
And let's see. Who do we got up next?
Oh, my favorite supervillain. The Brain and Monzio Mela.
Oh, I've never seen this card before. Look at that. Oh, man.
Oh, they're flipping their guys down. Oh,
so I recognize this character from Young Justice.
Yes.
These characters, rather.
Well, this character is hilarious. Basically, the Brain is a super, like, intellect, and the monkey is, like, the defender of him. And so...
Whenever this happens...
One moment.
We still have our superheroes, right? If he defends, that's happening before this happens, right? So when I still get to do these...
Okay, so we have a timing question here about Helm of Fate. Basically,
No, it's fine.
what card is getting destroyed?
No, go ahead.
So the first appearance attack says they flip their superheroes face down.
Okay, never mind.
So,
False alarm,
so they're
false
trying
alarm.
to defend that, but it looks like they won't. So it looks like...
So Deadshot's going to have an advantage here.
Yeah, looks like the only person who didn't was Deadshot in that weird lineup, but it's working right now.
Well, that's the power of defenses for you.
Now, I can't say for sure I've seen him trigger Brainiac 5 yet or not. Maybe not even Deadshot, but he is doing that Kid Flash.
I mean, I've seen him trigger Kid Flash. What is he? Oh, he's Rage Blooding. He does have Rage Blood, okay, which is very good with Brainiac 5. Very, very good. We should definitely mention
Animal
that.
Man to starter, put it into play. Because I got Magic Braces as well.
I got a feeling that monkey ain't going to last long.
Yeah, it's only got the +2 on a 10, so it's just 12. But you got to figure with everyone else's superheroes flipped over, it might take a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think Deadshot's going to be the only one strong enough to buy it.
Might take him another couple turns.
Yeah.
So what card just flipped out? What?
That is Intimental Mace.
Ah.
It's just going to give you +2, really. Not a lot of action from that card right now.
And he's thinking about it.
It does. Well, if you have a hero on top, you get to draw it. So, oh my goodness, that's a Clayface.
Clayface. This is quite the card to have, especially in this stage in the game.
Whoever gets this Clayface is going to pull some crazy combos. So he gets a Manhunter off his Shazam. That's going to be 3 total. Ooh, Black Lantern Corpse. Everyone gains a weakness.
It's good, unless someone, which looks like no one can. So, going to gain some weaknesses here.
So he has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Not quite enough, so he's just going to buy those two. Probably still a good buy. Now the Manhunter's in play. That might be out there for a good little while. Nobody really benefits from having that card.
Did not last long.
As it normally doesn't. That card should be bought almost immediately.
Oh, we never brought that up on the big screen for him.
Ah, our apologies.
It's incredible.
Yeah, you get to play any card again. It's amazing.
Yep. Okay, Power Ring, that's a pretty solid attack card. Gizmo's pretty solid. Manhunter's pretty garbage right now. The location, Nandu Parbat, I believe, is...
Tarot card's still out there.
Not very good. So Mr. Zaz says if it's an odd card on top of their deck, they gain a weakness, and it's not.
Looks like it's not. 0 does count as an even, so as long as it's a starter, you're good. And there it is. Tarot card has finally been bought.
Oh,
Sledgehammer.
He does have that Vandal Savage in play now for an ongoing +1.
Ah, that's going to be huge. Maybe if you need just the extra one, most of the time you got it. And it's ongoing, as we mentioned. That'll always be a +1.
So Sledgehammer's going to probably get bought up right away, wouldn't you say?
I would say so. It's a good destroy card. It's early. It doesn't cost too much. You can sift through your discard pile. And it looks like Kyle Rayner's going to Rage Blood again.
Yep.
Better get rid of those weaknesses.
I mean, is he Deadshotting that or Brainiacing, or is he just drawing it?
It looks like he's just drawing it. Well,
I mean,
no, he's drawing it every single turn, it looks like.
We
So
can't
maybe
really
he's,
hear him. Maybe they have triggered
maybe
it
he's
before.
Deadshotting it.
Let's get confirmation. How did the Rage Blood get back?
He's Deadshotting it? Okay, so he is... Oh, no, he's Deadshotting that.
So the Rage Blood was used with Brainiac 5.
Ah, okay.
The heroes have done something.
Oh, wow, so...
Except for Kyle Rayner.
Except for Kyle Rayner. He's just there. Well...
Alright, he only had 6 after all that. Starro. Oh my goodness, that guy's really going to change the game up.
So he takes Gizmo. He's probably going to consider taking Sledgehammer, but then again, he might not have anything left in his hand to destroy Starro. Ah, it's quite the attack card.
Oh my goodness, magnetism. Screw
wow.
the Starro.
That is now the new card to have. This card, this card is
or at least to use, you know, because you don't even have to buy it to use it. That's how time travel works. You discard any card from your hand, you time travel it, you play it before you buy it. And if you play it, it goes into play on your side of the field. It returns at the end of the turn. If you do that, the next person can do it also. Then the next person can do it also. You don't, no one ever has to buy it.
You gotta figure with somebody though. At some point, it's gonna get tired of people using this card. I know.
He turned it sideways to signify time traveling. The Starro was bought.
Oh, and
Yellow Lantern Ring.
There's a power ring.
It's gonna basically be a bane. Everyone's gonna have to discard a card.
So let's just see how long this magnetism lasts.
It depends on the player. Some of them want to get those time travels out of there really quick. Other ones just want to abuse them.
Well, you got to figure with this particular card too. Everybody just gets to make their hand a little bit better every time they time travel it.
They can just use it for +2, or they can return a bunch of equipments.
If anyone's been playing equipment heavy, which honestly it seems like it's been kind of equal.
Yeah, no one's really equipment themed right now.
But anyone could benefit from having any number of cards because it's any number of equipments.
So
time travel.
Time travel for +2. You know, it's also going to help them get the supervillain without having their heroes.
5. That's true. I think I count 7.
5, 6, 7.
And he's gonna take the power ring.
He's gonna strike fear in everyone.
I mean, keep in mind, if there's another one out there, it's the automatic buy. If the Kyle Rayner card comes out, it's an automatic buy.
Scarecrow. So
this is a good, simple attack card.
And you got to see Harley Quinn player with the Vandal Savage out there is not happy that that Scarecrow just flipped out.
Oh yeah.
He really wanted to buy that,
he
and
really
he did not get the chance.
He still might. It's unlikely.
It is very unlikely. I'm gonna say it's not gonna happen. You know, if the top player Ivy gets it, you know he's gonna have Black Lantern Corps and Scarecrow.
That's just brutal.
So you guys think the Deadshot's probably gonna buy it?
Absolutely. You feel like it would be an automatic buy, but let's see. Let's see. He's gonna put some stuff out there first. Oh no, he's destroying.
No, that's what that mask does. You get to destroy the top 2 cards of the deck.
Ah, fair enough.
So get rid of those cards. They're destroyed.
They're destroyed, but it's about to black from the discard pile.
Oh, okay. So that's what that location does.
New York City. That's right. I almost didn't even notice him put that into play.
Let's keep the destroyed cards above the deck.
Where, like here?
Could you?
I think if we put it above the deck, they would be in the play area of Poison Ivy.
All right, so that's good right there.
That's fine right there. Reveal that top card. It's got to shuffle up his deck.
You know, he really hasn't used Kyle Rayner at all.
Literally none. And I would be surprised with this player he didn't choose a Bizarro. Oh, and look at that. The op chances are against him, so just a +2 instead of a 3. And he's taking the Scarecrow.
Did he forget about that magnetism, though?
I think so. He didn't even want to use it.
Oh, but he didn't forget about Good Flash. T-Wings. He has 3 left.
And
so T-Wings is going to be a strong card. I'm going to have to highlight that one because, you know, it gives you a lot of VP at the end.
Yeah, as long as you got them low costers. I believe it's 2 or less.
Yeah, it is 2 or less, but it counts your 0 costers.
Pull this up here. So it actually makes your starters a little useful. Not every one of them, but just one of them.
Okay, and there's another time-traveling guy flipping out. He actually doesn't do anything that's going to be relevant to this game.
Yeah, I'd like to figure, as far as the battle of time travels go, Magnetism's gonna take it. And
so
see,
we get a
Muffin
comment
Sucks
here.
Says 4 heroes is too many. I would miss triggers left and right. You gotta assume most people
Well, he's
would.
actually playing 3 heroes because Kyle Rayner has done
Yeah,
nothing.
he's practically playing 3. I think one's just for show.
I'm not even going to bother searching that time travel villain out there because he's not going to...
He doesn't even come close to comparing to Magnetism. I mean,
Yeah,
no one's
exactly.
gonna time travel that over Magnetism any day. But you gotta wonder how much longer that card's gonna be out there. I would, if I was one of these guys, I would try to buy this as soon as possible.
You know, some players are probably wondering what that location that has never been bought is. I guess we'll bring it up just so you can see how irrelevant it is at the moment.
Let's see here, and I believe it's the Nanda Parbat.
Nanda Parbat.
Such an odd name, but okay.
Yeah, Crisis 3. I'm not... I heard that's where Ra's al Ghul lives. I cannot confirm that, but that's what I think that is.
Looks like it's not a great card. Unless you're playing
King Shark.
then it's you can basically trick it every turn.
Yeah, or unless you have like transmutation or something like that. But no one at the moment has any...
And they're time traveling. Oh, wow, that is being time traveled over Magnetism.
Well,
Nope,
not
never mind.
really
Never
over
mind.
it, but...
So you're time traveling
They're
both
just
of them.
better than a weakness, you know?
Oh, right. That's
He's
fair.
just
I guess
discarding his
you
weakness.
would discard a weakness, yeah. You don't want to play that.
So they really can't buy this Brainiac Mangiomela because they don't have any supervillains or superheroes.
And
Excuse
it
me.
looks like, oh wow, Nanda Parbat has been bought.
Wow, we just said
That
that
is
would
very
never
surprising.
happen.
Yep.
Hey,
and
but
look at that.
there's a card to
Transmutation.
combo with it.
So that actually was a very lucky flip. Let's see how long they can go with that out there. Let's go ahead and also pull that up. Take a look at it. I believe it's a destroy card of some sort. I believe.
Yes, one moment.
Ah, here we go.
Steel's also a destroy card. So he's getting that Scarecrow back with his Brainiac 5. Wow, that Brainiac 5 is doing work now.
Yeah. Oh, and there goes weaknesses.
Everybody's gaining a weakness.
And you gotta figure the Poison Ivy player really wants to get that supervillain out of the way.
Wow, you
start
know,
triggering.
Brainiac 5 might win this game with his crazy combo.
And you know, I think a lot of it too is the supervillain. Like he's the only one with his heroes in play. And
Well, that is a lot of it, and you also got to think that he's got a lot of good 5 costers with that Brainiac 5. But look at this, you know, with 2 time travel cards out there.
Now, keep in mind too, with the Brainiac 5, it needs to be an exact cost 5, and somehow it's been working out for him very well.
Oh, so he just boomeranged those twice.
Wow, that's a very tech
3
move.
times this turn.
So I'm a little impressed. Granted, the guy still is playing Kyle
my
Rayner.
goodness, is that
there's
a
a
Sally?
Sally. There's a Sally. And you gotta wonder how long that's gonna take to get bought. I couldn't tell you. Not too long.
Probably about 0.1 second.
Unless it's got. Oh, it got destroyed. Wow.
How did it get destroyed? Can we get confirmation on that?
Night Owl
Okay.
Mask. Now keep in
Oh,
mind.
so it was destroyed from the top of the deck. It never got a chance to go into play.
Now New York City can allow him to buy from the discard pile.
Or
We're
the
just gonna-
destroyed pile, that's right.
Yeah,
Let's bring that
destroy
up.
pile. So he is taking the Sally. Probably a good move.
Oh, you only get to buy 1, though.
Oh, during each
So you
turns
can't
you
buy
may
2
one.
cards from the destroyed pile.
Which is probably would be a little bit broken if you could, but still buying a Sally is a really great buy.
So it also is going to make him mill 2, or just mill 1, sorry, from the top of the deck.
He's taking some kicks
He's
after the
buying
Sally.
kicks. He's just buying kicks. I gotta tell you, I would have probably bought that Transmutation or
Yeah,
that Sledgehammer, or even that Magician Score set.
I agree.
There's a lot of good cards out there, but he wants kicks.
Well, you got to think too. Maybe he doesn't have that many starters left to need to destroy. Oh nope, never mind. I mean, see a couple in there. Don't want to reveal his hand to everyone else in the world. Oh, look at that. Are you Brainiac 5ing?
He is just revealing his Brainiac 5.
Wait, we see it. We still see it. It's not going anywhere.
Black Lantern Corps. Gain some weaknesses,
Gain
guys.
some weaknesses, people.
So he has 5, 6.
And
he's still the
finally taking
magnetism.
it.
I mean,
I would say it's a pretty good buy.
I've almost forgot what superheroes they're playing because they're not out.
Well, no, we got Poison Ivy and Ozymandias over there, and Harley Quinn, Red Lantern, whichever girl, one of those girls.
Destroy that weakness he just got.
All right. Just thinking it over.
Boomerang. He's got a big hand. You know, he's probably going to be able to buy that monkey this turn. Let's see how it goes.
I know they all wish
Power
that he would
drain.
be able to. Oh, here we go.
Choosing Anthony, the Brainiac player. Probably taking the
And he's
Animal
gonna take
Man.
Animal Man. It's probably a good play.
He's got 7,
All right. What comes next?
8, 9,
8,
10.
10. With that ongoing Vandal Savage.
11.
11. Looks like he's going to
11. He's going to get a VP. 12, 13, 14.
So he can, and he's going to. Best buy out there. Get their hero's abilities back, and now we're on to the next one. Now let's see what we got flipped out here. Can we get confirmation on what that is?
Superwoman.
Superwoman.
Let's bring it up on the big screen.
Show you guys what this card does. Now this is their first appearance attack.
Oh, I got the wrong Superwoman.
There are a couple. That's not the right one. Here we go. They need to discard all villains from their hand.
That's funny. If you cannot gain 2 weaknesses.
So either way, you're screwed.
Yeah, you know,
No matter what you do.
she's not nice.
Yeah.
And that's Superwoman. You know, if you've never seen the comics, that's on Earth 2, where all of the heroes are bad guys and all the bad guys are good guys. So that's actually supposed to be Wonder Woman.
Can we get that +2 counter back on the supervillain, please?
Get that +2 on the supervillain, please.
Let's put that +2 back on the villain, and there we go.
Okay, so let's see how it goes.
Third time's a charm.
And everyone gained 2 weaknesses.
It looks like everyone has so far.
So we got Scarecrow back. Give out some more weaknesses.
Just gonna be weakness party.
Nth Metal Mace, if it's a hero, he gets it. He
And
does
he does
not.
not.
So he has 2 power.
Okay.
Triggering
just
dead.
Gonna Deadshot.
So he does not get the trigger Deadshot because he did the mace afterward.
You know, and that kind of play from that actual player, that kind of faulty play, it happens pretty often. He's not necessarily the cleanest player.
Well, I mean, everyone everyone will miss a trigger, but
Missing
know,
a trigger is one thing.
he's going to do it a lot.
I've actually played several combos for the first time and just missed everything. It's tough, especially with 4 characters. They keep up with
and
everything.
he's buying a Cape and Cow from the destroyed pile.
You gotta love that New York City. If there's nothing out there in the lineup, and he knows some good
He's
stuff in the
just
short pile, just
thinking.
keep it there. Oh, no, he's not gonna take it.
He faked us out again.
Man, he is good at doing
He's very
that.
indecisive.
He is, and he loves to read
I mean,
over cards
he
over
could have
and
got
over.
a Cape and Cow and he bought a kick.
Interesting.
He did not have enough power to buy that Cape and Cow.
So, which makes the question even more apparent. Why did he even look at it in the first place?
Poison Ivy, giving him a starter.
Now, you gotta figure he's happy to start getting those abilities back. Because I know he's got a bunch of weaknesses he wants to get rid of.
It's like, take it. House of Mystery. Let's bring
House
that
of
up.
Mystery, House of Mystery. Let's pull that up. Now, which set is this from?
Well, this one is from the Crisis 1 expansion. Basically, if you play an expensive card, draw a card for the first time.
Right on. So that honestly would be good for Brainiac Deadshot since he's trying to get those 5 costers anyway.
Yeah, so that was the cooperative play expansion.
And it looks like that villain's being time traveled.
Yes, it is. What's the... Let's get confirmation on that villain's name. No, the
The one being
traveling
time traveled. Universo.
How do you not know Universo?
Man, I gotta be honest, I've never heard this guy before. looks like a really ugly Dracula
with a goatee.
With a goatee and no eyeballs. This guy looks crazy. What is this?
So he did suck, like we said. He does not do anything.
He has a very, very useless ability. So.
Well, I mean, if you got a weakness, you might as well do it. If someone has a time travel card, they'll get screwed, and that will be funny.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a Rage Blood. Now, I believe this is the third supervillain that's out right now.
Yes,
this is the third out of the 5.
And Kyle Rayner has still not been used.
You just gotta wonder, was it just for show? Was it just to say that if he won with Kyle Rayner?
I think it's just to say that he could win with 5 power if he wanted to. Okay, so he just sallied. Wow,
oh, here we go.
Crazy. Did we ever bring up Sally?
We did. No, yes, we did.
Well, let's do it.
Let's do it anyway. Let's just look at it again.
Oh my goodness!
Wow, did you?
Oh my
he just
goodness.
sallied those 3 cards.
He just got a Saint Walker and a bunch of other cards.
Oh man.
So he has a Saint Walker and a Science Cell.
Wow, that could have honestly solidified the win
Sally's
for
one
Kyle
of the
Rayner.
biggest luck cards in the game. It is one of the best cards in the game. So let's take a look at this Saint Walker. It's basically the opposite of Science Cell, which he has both. He's got a lot of VP in his deck. Look at all the cards he's playing. I mean, they're just everywhere.
Pretty insane. This is one hell of a turn. Oh, there's another one.
Well, he doesn't have a lot of starters because he's been using Brainiac 5 to return Rage Blood to get rid of starters. And you gotta know that's a crazy move because there's not many 5-costers that get rid of starters. That might be the only one. And he buys that. So whenever you do buy with New York City, you have to destroy another card.
Oh wow.
From the top of the deck.
Kind of a double-edged sword, but it doesn't really
Well, no, you don't like lose your card. You just lose a card from the main deck.
Sure.
But it's kind of cool because maybe something cool to flip out, you could buy it. King of Atlantis.
King of Atlantis. That is a very strong card.
Yeah, it's gonna destroy something.
Let's see. Can we get Muffin Socks 12 banned from our chat room, please? That would be great. We don't need you in here spreading that negativity. Anyway.
I don't know. She seems pretty fine to me. Maybe.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of hate going on. This is a hate-free zone. Unless you're playing on the game, then it's every man for himself. So we're gonna pull up King of Atlantis here.
There's been plenty of hate, including weaknesses and power rings and all kinds of crazy stuff. Like speaking of weaknesses,
there we go. People are getting weaknesses again.
So.
Nope. He's
defending it. Returning an ongoing. I don't think he has an ongoing.
You know what I think is wonderful is we could totally call Kyle Rayner anything besides Kyle Rayner. We can call him Brainiac or Deadshot, but we can just keep calling him Kyle Rayner.
Well, Kyle Rayner is.
That's just to remind him that he's playing that card still.
Oh, he did just trigger Deadshot, put Sally on top. That's a solid move.
Good job, Kyle Rayner.
Oh my goodness, he clay-faced. What was Clayface for confirmation?
He's up. He's going to Clayface. Everyone's going to gain another weakness.
Oh, and he gave him another weakness.
And this time he actually gets one. He can't defend twice.
So the Black Lantern did draw a card when he defended also. You know, that's the good thing about him. He's a little better than Scarecrow because of that. So these guys have got a lot of power, not a lot of starters. They're probably going to be ripping through these supervillains pretty soon.
Eyeing over that location. And he's going to take it.
All right, so
is
Earth 2.
Oh, that's the same King. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see.
I was on top of that one.
Yeah, I was like, wait, there's 2?
So he's using a VP with his Nandu Parbat, which is going to let him look at a card on the top and destroy it.
Looks like he's destroying a punch.
Okay, you know, they're trying to catch up. Basically, Ivy and Harley are trying to catch up, destroying cards.
Time traveling.
While Deadshot and Brainiac is trying to end the game. So if you have a time travel guy in your hand, discard it. But, you know, he's really just doing that to trigger Harley Quinn.
Right.
Which is pretty cool.
It's really good for him. Not good enough to buy that card because you can't use it every single turn.
He doesn't want it to get bought. Someone might buy it just to get it out of there so he doesn't have it because it's a free draw every turn with Harley Quinn.
Exactly. So he wouldn't want to buy it. He wants to get time travel on it every turn that he possibly can.
But I could see one of the other players buying it now just to keep him off it.
It can, but it also can't. It's not that
I mean,
great of a
it's
card.
not that great of a card.
It's basically got two strategies. You
Well,
hate
I
on
think
him.
it gives you 3 power. If you play
if
it.
you if another character discards a
No,
time
it's
travel
the
card.
opposite. If they don't discard one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he's setting his hand aside and then drawing 5. Alright, so pretty much Kyle Raynered, but he did it with a card instead.
Seemed to work out pretty well for him. Oh, we got
Let's
a little
get the
player
exact
confusion here.
confirmation on Miss Martian.
Oh.
So it's those cards you set aside are going to go on top, but not until the end of the turn.
So it's going to set him aside.
Alright.
He's going to Brainiac 5 Rage Blood. He's going to
Sally. Transmutation. Free transmutation. I'll take that. I mean, he can pretty much buy anything right now. He has Science Cell. He has Saint Walker. Sally's getting him a bunch of crap. It's hard to lose at this point. So, Supergirl, Red Lantern Supergirl triggered from the Rage Blood.
You know, it's rare that I've seen a player with Sally lose a game. Sally's just that insane of a card.
Well, I mean, I've definitely seen it happen. We had someone play testing the other night, whiffed on it 3 times, got a 6 every time, and he definitely didn't win that game.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying it's not impossible. I'm just saying it's rare. You know, if you trigger Sally, if it actually doesn't whiff, it's insane. You just
I've actually
gain cards like crazy.
I don't think I've seen someone lose with Deadshot and Sally, because that is easy way to abuse it. Keep putting it on top. Buys a Legion Flight Ring, has to destroy another card. Super Intellect's destroyed.
And now that looks like that's gonna be it. Alright, now we got Poison Ivy up. He's going to do okay. Oh, there he goes. There he goes.
Gave him a weakness. How nice.
It's
How
not
nice of
an
him.
attack you can defend, is it? It's a character ability, I'm sure.
Yeah, he can't defend it, but
So-
he is Starro in him. He could defend that.
Got some character confusion, but we're sorting it out.
Defended it with the brain and Monzo Mello. Boom, he loses a Lady Vic. Starro gets to play it.
And I don't know if you can play an
Yeah, I
ongoing
actually
card.
don't think you can play that. Let's check the text here.
I know it's an ongoing, and you.
Yeah, you get to play it. You don't have to play it and return it.
Ah, okay.
So, so that is fine. You know, that'd be an interesting ruling if you can choose not to sack it. Just keep it.
Just let them keep it if it's like a bad card. If it's
You
a
know,
weakness
we
or
have
something.
not. We'd have to get confirmation on
Yeah,
that.
that's something we have to look into a little further.
Oh, explain it as an ongoing? What's the ruling on that?
Are you talking about the
now we
move
have
we
a
just talked
question.
about?
Yeah. I think
Well, you didn't do it, did you?
Nah, he sacked it, but
Yeah, we just mentioned we don't know the ruling on that.
wouldn't it sack his graveyard?
I asked you though, and you said no.
We're not sure on the ruling on that. Let's continue.
We'll find out, because I'll keep it if I can.
Pretty sure it goes to your graveyard.
It's like from my graveyard.
Keep playing.
Well, I need to know if I have 6 or 8 power.
You have the power regardless. You have the power.
Oh,
They're
okay.
discussing the confusion here still, but it looks like they sorted it out, and he's just gonna take those two.
Where'd it go?
It's in his graveyard right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in his.
Alright, so that's something we're gonna have to look at later on to get some confirmation on, because that was a sort of confusing play.
Well,
It's a return.
the ruling on Starro, as we're going to rule it right now, is that the owner would keep it, so the original player would keep it.
So what if I just played it and didn't sack it? Would I have been able to keep it ongoing for me?
So if he would play it and not sack it, we're not sure on that ruling.
It'd be the same. It's the same.
That's cool. Just go ahead.
The rule, it should be in his graveyard.
Let's discuss rules another time. Let's get going on the game.
Okay.
Gonna stole that science cell GP from
First, I will. Put this in Josie.
There's that gorilla and the brain.
Yeah, it just draws 2
Card.
cards. So there we go with
Discarding
Harley
weakness,
Quinn.
time traveling.
I wonder if that card's ever going to get someone.
You know, I just don't even know if anyone's bought. Oh no, wait, no. There's a magnetism.
Yeah, it could get the magnetism. That's a
magnetism.
good point. Really good
And
point.
At this point, like you gotta assume it's coming up. Because I don't think I've seen it since it was bought. Deadshotting Sally is a brutal move. It's gotta truly just demoralize the other two players. I know it would me.
Good point.
He's gonna time travel.
Magician's Corset.
Magician's Corset. Let me pull
Oh
that
my
card
goodness.
up. Not quite sure what this card is.
Okay, so let's check this ruling because it's a really crazy ruling going on right here. Magician's Corset.
Alrighty, let's see.
He's going to choose any number of players. Each of those draws a card. And so he chose everybody to draw a card.
So everyone gets an extra card. He gets +3 power from that. It's
And then every
sick
time they
move.
draw a card... One moment. Boomerang will not trigger with that if you read the text on Boomerang. It says during their turn. So, Boomerang does not trigger during Harley's turn. Which it would be really cool if it did, but it does not.
Would have been an amazing play.
I thought it was amazing play. It's technicality. And
We got confirmation that Poison Ivy had to draw a weakness rather than pass it on his next turn. That's gotta hurt.
All of us are getting VP.
And looks like everyone's getting
another
VP.
weird team card. Tarot cards giving everyone a VP. He's getting +3 power. He's going all in this turn.
So that's 6 alone or just 2 cards?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Oh wow. Looks like he's gonna
14,
yep.
15.
And he's
He's got 15.
Each forward was the top card of their deck.
oh,
It's an attack.
Mr. Zaz.
Mr. Zazzing him. Now it's just an attack card. Everyone has to. Okay. Looks like Kyle Rayner's gaining a weakness.
Get rid of a VP. Go to the top. I don't know what it was. But technically should be 15 about this.
And he's buying the supervillain.
Okay, next up, Owlman.
Oh man.
Each player destroys the highest cost equipment in their hand or discard pile.
That is gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt some of these guys. You gotta hope someone's got a defense card in there.
Ooh, a Boomerang is gonna bite the dust.
Oh, that's
T-Wing is gonna bite the dust.
that hurts.
Brutal.
Oh,
Science
Science
Cell
Cell.
is gonna bite the
Oh.
dust. Those are 3 amazing
That is a
cards.
game changer. That could change everything now. That kind of puts everybody else back in the game.
I don't even know which of those 3 is better. It's tough.
Now, New York City, can you
Oh,
buy
yeah.
Science Cell back?
He can, but he can only buy 1 card a turn with New York
And it
City.
doesn't have a cost restriction.
Yeah, I mean you have to pay what
sorry,
it costs for it.
sorry. I meant to say there's no cost limit, like if it's like a 5 or greater or 6 or greater.
No, I mean just to double check, we can look at it.
Yeah. And it looks like
So he can use his New York City to buy whatever he wants from the destroyed
whatever he
pile.
wants. So cost does not matter. So that's gonna be brutal. He can essentially buy all of those cards that got destroyed because they were amazing cards.
You think he's gonna use Kyle Rayner?
Let me see. Let me think about it really hard for a second. No. I at this point, Liz, at this late in the game, when you got these cards, why would you even want to use it?
Sally and a free super speed, and that card's gone.
Now, what card would he destroy? Is that John?
John Johns.
John Johns. And if it's a 1 or greater,
I mean, this is his game to lose right now.
It basically is. So you got 2 from that power ring. The card he revealed was not a 1 or greater.
3, 4 for the kick. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So 9. And he's got to buy back that
Snagging that
Science
Science
Cell.
Cell back. So now they got to destroy another card from the main deck. And it's a Superboy. Wow, I've never seen New York City be so relevant.
Yeah, this was a very surprising card buy, but so far it's been great. And he's gonna buy. And what do we got now? He's taking that. And we got a
Bat signal flips out. Let's bring that card up.
I believe that's the one has to do with heroes. The bat signal was it a 5 coster? Looks like yeah. I believe this is the one where you put a hero from discard pile into your hand. I believe yes.
Mm-hmm.
So huge for hero decks, which no one is currently playing. With that being said, Kyle Rayner's
Magnetism.
got a lot of heroes in there. Oh, and there we see magnetism.
Just using magnetism for 2.
Did he even look through to see if he had any equipments?
Yep, he knew. And then he does buy the bat signal.
So now he does have one he can use later on if he gets to pull magnetism again.
Well, actually, yeah, it's just 4 or less, unfortunately.
Nope, never mind. I was wrong. He's time traveling.
So he's doing his Harley Quinn move. So that tapped card over there is Universo is time travel. There we are.
And he's going to destroy another weakness. Good move. And get rid of those as soon as you possibly can.
Yeah, he's got 4 right now.
His super villains and all those attacks from Poison Ivy are killing.
It's him scarecrowing us. Well, yeah, I guess I have that other black one.
I mean, there has been a lot of Scarecrow in this game.
There has, but there's been several Black Lantern plays as well.
Yeah, and then there's also been a lot of Rage Blood,
Rage
a lot
Blood,
of Salian.
and then the super villains flip out, and people just gain weaknesses like crazy.
Get rid of all these 6 cost or higher equipments.
So he's got 6 powers so far.
7, 8. He's really thinking this one through. He still has a good amount of cards in his hand.
So he's gonna buy something
Looks like
first.
the Deadshot player is looking through for his Deadshot targets.
You know, I gotta say that Sledgehammer's been out there for quite a while.
Yeah,
Surprisingly,
especially when there's this many weaknesses thrown
I
around.
already Deadshot. This.
he's
Deadshot.
Deadshotting Sally. No surprise there. He's passing on Sledgehammer.
Well, he did buy Detonator, which is exactly the same thing.
He's time traveling
I'm just going to
Sledgehammer.
use Sledgehammer.
Nice.
Alright, that is Telepathy. That is another odd time traveler card.
So we got two time travels out there right now.
Yeah, I'll get that on the big screen.
All right, telepathy. Let's see here. So it allows you to
Play
basically.
someone's hand?
Wow.
That's going to be weird.
Yeah, you discard your hand and choose a foe and play their hand, and then that
It's
foe gets
not an
their
attack.
hand back. Can't defend it. You just gotta let it happen. Just gotta
He's
sit there.
playing Ivy's hand.
Wow. Now Ivy just has to sit there, bite the pillow, and take it. It's just gonna happen. You can't defend it. Otherwise, +2 power. So it's also a discard vulnerability or a punch or even a weakness and get +2 power. If your hand's good.
Well, so let's make sure not to mix the cards.
So he's gonna start sallying. See what we got. Soul Taker Sword. Another one. Wow. Oh wow. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he does have another ring already.
I'm not sure actually. I think the
Robbie
other
has
player,
it. Sorry.
Harley
Confirmation
has
is
it.
Harley has it. So that's good for Kyle Rayner over here. He's discarding those.
So let's not
He
let's
is-
not steal the Poison Ivy's cards.
Which would they just discussed him to not to do, and what did he just do? That exact thing.
But he does get a card back.
Now
Got
he's
a
gonna
ring
play
that he
it.
just gained. That is insane.
Let's pull up that ring and see what that does. Let's actually see. I know there's a bunch of different versions of these out there.
Yeah, that's the
It's like pink or Star Sapphire.
yeah, that's the sapphire ring.
Sapphire. There it is, Star Sapphire. So that's what that does. It gives you a chance to draw. And it looks like he is done with his turn.
And now he's gonna take his turn. But he doesn't have a Brainiac 5. Which has really been an MVP for this game.
I gotta say, it was very surprising. I didn't expect that card to be as good as it has been. Oh, and now Poison Ivy is giving weaknesses out.
Great move.
It's getting to draw a card, build up that hand of his. Now he does have that Lady Vic. He can discard to get an ongoing. Sorry, plus
Yeah,
2.
and a Bumblebee, so he can get 3 at any time. He's Black Lantern coring to give everyone a weakness.
Another weakness. Let's see if there's a defense coming from Kyle Rayner.
Probably not. Oh, wow, there is.
And there is.
He does have a defense.
Nice. So it does not
Is
get
he going to
one.
discard any other cards? And he's
And
going to
he's
discard
going
those
to.
2. He's going to draw 2 cards total off that Fate's helmet.
And so he's going to Deadshot that just in case.
Wait, hold on one moment. So Dr. Fate's helmet's going to resolve in the full effect of Dr. Fate's helmet?
You discard 2,
Just
so
2.
he's going to have to draw 2.
And then you can resolve the
And
Deadshot.
then he can resolve.
So now we have Poison Ivy doing a lot of things over there. Bat signaling, Black Lantern coring. I don't think he had a target. Well, he could have sacked that Bumblebee.
He could have. And this is the beauty of
He didn't care
streaming
about the
these
+1.
games, is getting an extra set of eyes on players so they don't miss triggers or mistakenly trigger things that don't
Or
actually
you
work.
could just, give them a hard time when they do.
Or give them a hard time, which is essentially the point of us saying this. Stop cheating.
So
Another defense card flipped out.
he let a bunch of power waste anyway on that one. He just wanted the telepathy so they don't keep playing his hand.
Probably a smart move.
Alright. There's probably not too much excuse me, not too many turns left in this game. You gotta think it's gonna end any time now. Deadshot has a lot of starters left. That's because Poison Ivy has been passing them out. Harley has been building up their deck as well. So has Poison Ivy. Everyone's deck's pretty good, but then they've been slowed down with a lot of weaknesses.
A lot of weaknesses have been passed out, and not to just any one player, but like everyone's got an equal amount, I would feel like at this point.
Well, it's interesting because Harley has a lot more, because one of them has Scarecrow, Deadshot has Scarecrow, Ivy has the Black Lantern core. Harley is not giving out any weaknesses, they're just taking the weaknesses.
It's a tough break for Harley.
Uh-oh. Power draining. Deadshot.
And he is going to, let's see what he's
Probably
going to do
take that
here.
Joker's daughter. I'm not sure. Yep,
And looks like
and he
what's
does.
going to do. Okay.
Joker's daughter just says draw 2 and you may pass a card.
So he's probably hoping for a weakness there. He's going to time travel Sledgehammer.
Sledgehammer.
Good move. Get rid of weakness.
It's like, why would I buy it when I could just use it every turn? So
And that is that Chameleon Boy card coming into effect.
yeah, good point. So he has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Is that including the Vandal Savage?
Yes. He's just gonna give him +3.
So he's got 9 to work with here. You got to figure. Really, any of these cards aren't necessarily great for anyone.
Well, 2 of them are already out of the lineup, so he only has kicks
Yep,
and
and he's going to
magician's
go
courses.
kicks. I was about to ask you, what do you think the chances are of him just taking 3 kicks?
I don't know. I'd probably take that magician's course set, but he's taking 2 kicks, 3 kicks.
3 kicks, yep. Get some superpowers in there,
He likes to kick.
which is an odd superpower. I feel like it'd just be a normal power.
Yeah, why is that a superpower?
You know, it's not even like a power, it's just an ability. Oh, wait, hold on, we're missing something. He is Kyle Raynering. Oh my
it
goodness.
has been done.
It's actually happening. Wow. I'm
Oh
impressed.
my God.
And I think it worked out very well. He got a Sally from doing Kyle Rayner's.
And then he gets
look
a
at the
Kyle Rayner, but
Rayner.
it's destroyed.
It's destroyed. That.
And he's triggering his really laner Supergirl.
So we just witnessed a Kyle Rayner come into effect. Pretty crazy.
And then we witnessed another Kyle Rayner dropping by to say hi.
Just a wave around. He's gonna go. He's out of the game.
Brainiac 5, turning a transmutation. Deadshot. And he's getting the mask.
Oh, and there it is.
Drawing it. Oh, he didn't draw it. Correction.
So he will not be able to draw those. They will go back.
So I still think that using Kyle Rayner one time the whole game does not validify choosing him.
No, absolutely not. At that point, you're just doing it for show.
I mean,
And,
I'll give him props for doing something with it. But
I won't. I think it's dumb. I think the whole thing was dumb.
fair enough.
You get nothing from me. You get criticism. That's all. But then you're talking to a reigning champion here. I did just win the last game, so I have a lot of input.
All right, so Ivy's up.
He's thinking it over. Now he does have 2 cards in play he could discard for power.
So
So he's
that
gonna Starro.
he made that a superpower. He gets to play a weakness and an nth metal mace,
Pretty sick.
and he's passing him
Gonna
something.
give out vulnerability. So
He had 2 discard piles for a moment.
that was pretty crazy. Got some card confusion here. They're working it out.
Well, he was triggering his nth metal mace, which lets you look at the top card.
And it looks like.
And he did discard it for the nth
man.
metal mace. All right.
Would have been good. He's gonna
Shazam.
Shazam. Now we're gonna reveal that top card.
Ooh,
There's a
it is
duplication. Now, this is a great card.
Oh my
this is an
God.
amazing card. We recently learned how to actually effectively play it, and it changes everything. Let's go ahead and pull this up.
Okay. So is
Oh yeah, Shazam again.
so
gonna
duplication is choosing Shazam twice more.
Now this is the last one. So not great flips after duplication.
No,
But there still is duplication out there.
but he basically Shazammed 3 times. Oh, make it 4
wow.
times. Make it 4 times. And those are out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, here,
He clayfaced the duplication.
You know, it's just sitting
Well,
here thinking to
the-
myself
he-
too.
Or did he clayface the duplication or the Shazam?
Clayface this, duplicate that.
Okay, well then you need to reveal one more. Clayface duplication on Shazam.
Resolve this Dawn Star.
Oh, they're resolving the Dawn Star.
A lot of stuff going on now. They
Oh,
just
this
flipped out
is
3
getting
extra
crazy.
cards.
This is getting crazy.
This is one of those turns that I was
This
hoping
is a
for.
clayface duplication Shazam turn. If he would have flipped a Suicide Squad, he could have just won.
That's it. Game over.
Oh my
Oh
God.
wow. I have never seen it play like this. This is
What
crazy.
is
This is
going
absolutely
on?
nuts. So
I don't even know how to announce this.
I'm just gonna let it happen.
No, he did all those. Okay, so all of the Shazams have triggered. The original Shazam got a duplication, which
Flipped out 3 extra cards.
No, but he played it
2 extra cards. Sorry.
once to 2.
the original one was the duplication. Then he duplicated it to do it 2 more. Then he clayfaced the
clayfaced it.
duplication, do it 2 more. He played the top 5 cards of the main deck.
That is insane.
And
That's absolutely
yeah,
insane.
he has more than enough power to do whatever he wants right now.
In the words of my
He's
good
gonna
buddy
buy the last
Tubes, I would buy
supervillain.
Supervillain.
Now let's put those cards back on top of the deck though.
23.
Wait, one moment. Those are on top of the deck. Okay,
Every one of
good.
those goes
So
back.
those are not part of his deck.
In the words of my good buddy Robert Tubes, oh my god, that was nuts.
There was a bunch of other triggers, but they did not matter.
He had well over the amount.
He might have
to
actually
buy
won
the
with that.
villain.
I mean, he might have just
That
snuck
was
in
one
there
of
and
the
won with
craziest
that.
turns I've seen. Probably ever.
I mean, you got to remember that Brainiac also bought the T-Wing and the Science Cell
That's
out of
true.
the destroyed
As
box.
long as there's some low
He
cost
also
in
has
there.
the same Walker. He also has a good amount of villains. He's looking pretty good. You know,
So,
I'm
yeah,
thinking
I
Harley
would-
Quinn got weakness out of the game.
Yeah, I would say so.
But
I mean, let's just go ahead and count the weaknesses. That was all them right there. Looks like what, maybe 7, 6. That
yeah.
is, that's brutal.
You know, so -6, whatever you had at the end of the game. You know, if a Bizarro would have flipped out, that would have really helped him.
Oh, you could just gain 6 out off of that. So here we go. Now the counting process always takes a little while. I'm gonna go ahead and say a safe bet. Kylo Rayner, that did some work.
I mean, I'm going to call him Brainiac because I refuse to acknowledge the Kyle Rayner.
I want him to realize that that's what he played, so I will always call him Kylo Rayner.
All right.
It looks like he's got 5 heroes so far. So far, Green Arrow.
Well, wow, I did not realize. Did Harley have 4 of the supervillains? I thought they only had 2. Can we get confirmation on that? He had 4 supervillains. Wow.
Wow,
Did you realize that?
I did not.
Well,
When
I mean,
did
I
this
saw
happen?
him by the Brain and Manjomela. I saw him by Vandal.
So basically, So we have
So
confirmation.
Ivy has 31.
So it would
So
seem,
okay, man. I think we may have been wrong. I
yeah,
think
it
Harley Quinn is going to win this
Kyle
one.
Rayner didn't have any, which is surprising.
You know, I thought that he had many less supervillains than that.
Although, look at all those villains with that sign cell. Well, I guess that's only 7, but still, that's pretty good.
Well, I
That's-
don't know. I don't know if you could overcome 4 villains.
Really? Wow.
So we'll have to see how it goes. I thought he had a few of the supervillains were in Brainiac's deck, and that's why we got a little
I thought so
off
too.
on our basis. But I think it was because he was eyeballing them and chose to keep buying.
Yeah.
Like when that Monster Mala was out, he chose to keep it active instead of buying it a few times. And I think I don't blame him because he had the advantage. But
He's gonna add the +1 for the VP. Oh, he's losing count.
all right, we might have to get a recount.
Nope, that's not a good sign. Oh shit means you don't know what you just counted.
Let's get confirmation on the Harley's power VP.
31. So 30. Oh wow.
Oh, so you
Harley
so
barely
Harley
got
had
beat
30
out.
and Justin had 31.
Poison Ivy
Wow.
barely edged out
Wow,
Harley.
that is insane.
That is insane considering Harley had 4 supervillains, which somehow we missed.
Well, I knew he had a few, but man,
I didn't think he had all the other 4. That's crazy.
come right down to the wire. T-Wing,
Now he's gonna count his 2 to 0 costers.
1 weakness. So it looks like Brainiac did win the game. He's in the 50s right now. 49.
49.
He has 49. He actually has 50.
50 for
He
the
has
T-Wing.
52.
T-Wing counts for starters and weaknesses as well.
So he has 52 to 31 to 30. Brainiac 5 wins the game.
Kyle Rayner pulled it off.
And that was a great game. That was really, really
Kyle Rayner
crazy.
pulled it off. And just look at the image of the table right now. Covered in cards.
Covered in weaknesses.
Covered in weaknesses. Covered in loss and shame
I mean,
and humiliation.
Take a look at Harley's board. It's just supervillains, kicks, and weaknesses.
I mean, that is brutal. That is absolutely brutal.
I mean, there's some other cards in there, but they're not in the screen. It's really funny. And at least that move Ozzy did let him not get last.
True. Somehow he edged out. I mean, I'm very surprised. But that Science Cell and St. Walker really came through. I mean, once you buy those cards,
Yeah.
I feel like no matter who you are, your strategy changes immediately.
Well, here's all you got to do whenever you have Kyle Rayner. You got to get Sally, you got to get Science Cell, you got to get St. Walker, and you got to get T-Wing. Duh.
Duh.
It's that easy.
You can do that every single turn. That's crazy.
So it's hard to say that would ever happen again. But all I do know is that Poison Ivy Ozymandias had one of the sickest turns I've ever seen.
True.
The Shazam,
That's-
duplication,
that was amazing.
double Shazam,
Clayface.
Clayface, duplication.
Amazing. Truly amazing.
That was crazy.
That was a sick combo.
Okay, let's bring in the Bizarro player here.
Bizarro player. Bizarro
Or
boy.
I'm sorry, Bizarro boy over here playing Brainiac 5.
Wow,
So,
what a game.
What did you
Now,
think of your deck?
I was actually really skeptical going in, choosing really kind of bad characters, but it actually worked out. So
Everyone in the room had to say something about Kyle Rayner. I mean, what were you even hoping to gain from that?
well, the whole point of choosing Kyle Rayner was just another card for me to discard to trigger Deadshot. And then also with Brainiac 5, if I'm discarding my entire hand, potentially I'm discarding something that costs 5, which allows me to, for my next hand, discard 2 cards and actually get my best card from my original hand that I Kyle Raynered back, into my hand. So the whole point was actually a complete hate against the Harley Quinn Supergirl deck, because with this strategy I wasn't actually having to destroy anything. I'm just discarding my crap hands with either Kyle Rayner or Brainiac 5. I was discarding weaknesses, discarding vulnerabilities, and my strategy was just to gain all of the lowest costing cards in the entire lineup with Kid Flash, continue to get more and more of the lower casting cards So as you can see, I didn't even buy one of the supervillains, but I still came in for the win. So that's a very possible way to win, is just get as many VP as you can. You know, that was one of the reasons why I kind of wanted to try this strategy, just to see if it was possible, and it worked out.
Now, would you at least agree that getting as many VP as possible, I mean, obviously is the whole point of the end game, but Science Cell and Saint Walker was the biggest reason why that happened. I mean, look at
Science Cell, Saint Walker, and T-Wing.
And T-Wing. I mean, those, like, all three of those cards were lucky and very fortunate flips for you, because you were able to obtain all three of them, and they worked out so well for you. I mean, I think all three of them got you at least an extra 6 VP alone.
And yeah, exactly. And the supervillain that flipped up, that when I had a defense and they did not have defenses that made them turn over their superheroes, allowed me to get a huge advantage.
That was a huge play. That was huge.
So, buying defenses early definitely helped me out.
Yeah, that definitely gave you the upper hand on that one.
And then also being able to buy cards from the destroy pile was actually huge as well.
Yeah, that New York City was a great card. It was a very, very great card.
I was able to buy my Science Cell back even though I had to destroy it. And I could have even bought a Boomerang, but Boomerang is 0 VP, so at the end there I was just trying to get as many VP as I could.
Knowing that you didn't have any supervillains and probably weren't able to buy any at the time.
Absolutely.
Probably a good strategy. So we got a shout out to LA Beat, La Beat 5354.
Hey, how's it going, La
Hey,
Beat?
you're talking to your boy Janka and the winner of that last match, Anthony, aka Kyle Rayner. Very odd deck combination for sure, and it seems like you were just kind of playing it by ear once they figured out their characters. But congratulations, well done. That was a well played game.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Well,
I wonder if we could get any feedback from our fans as what they would play and what they'd like to see us play in our next match.
Well,
We're going to continue streaming. We have another match coming up here in the next 15-20 minutes, I'd say.
Yep, we should be streaming here again shortly. And these will be on the NrdFeed site and YouTube as well. So go on there, leave comments about combinations you think are good. We have articles written about combinations that we have already tested that we think are good. So
Stay tuned.
stay tuned.
We will see you guys next time.